What's going on today, guys? Welcome to Eddie Studios. I am here wondering if I should get the DJI Osmo Action 3. I'm asking this question because like 3 months ago I bought the Action 2 and I'm liking this little camera, but the Action 3 is seeming like such a better option. I'm not rich. I can't just own all the action cameras I want and all the cameras I want, and I currently have the Action 2 as well as the DJI Osmo Pocket 2, and that's about my limit on what I can spend on action type cameras. And I'm not giving up my Osmo Pocket 2 until the Pocket 3 comes out. And God knows when that's happening because they haven't mentioned it yet. Let's talk about what the Action 3 has and if I should sell my Action 2 and get an Action 3 or not. I'm going to go and take this on a ride video today and stuff like that because I have another video coming out on how to shoot ride video and what camera you can use. This video though, I want to talk about, do I upgrade this to the Action 3 and how much of an upgrade is it? So the specs are pretty similar. Now this thing looks pretty awesome. I think it's very comparable to the Pocket 2, but it is more of an action camera than the Pocket 2. And then taking it to the Action 3, same types of specs. Camera specs themselves, the camera itself isn't changed much. They changed the body back to the Action 1 body, which I think might be more of a smart move. It's more competitive with the GoPros. It's not so niche like the Action 2, where you have the little guy, which I think this kind of, when you can magnet it to your chest and stuff, kind of more compares to like the Insta360 Go. But this isn't how I'm shooting with it because I need a microphone for most of the stuff I'm doing. So this form factor maybe doesn't make sense to me, where the Action 3's form factor makes sense for adding a microphone and shooting like I like to shoot, where I don't have to add it to a secondary device, i.e. like the lower screen or the battery bank, to be able to charge it as well as be able to see myself while I'm vlogging. The Action 3 already has that set up with the front-facing screen that's built onto it, and the Action 2, I've noticed the battery life isn't amazing. And the bad thing about that is it doesn't have multiple batteries. Where the Action 3's got where you can replace the batteries. So you have your battery charger that has all your batteries and stuff like that, and then you can just charge them and switch them out on the go. That's kind of a major plus for me. If I'm taking a camera and I'm shooting with it, I'm not digging out of my bag for my other camera a bunch. I'm like committed. I'm like, I brought this camera with me today. I'm shooting with it. If I have to pull my phone out, I'll pull my phone out because it's on me. But I'm not going to bring every freaking camera on like my hike or my bike ride or whatever, because like it's very inconvenient and you're just fumbling more than grabbing the shots you want. So whatever camera you bring should be your camera you're going to use for most of your journey there. You can bring multiple cameras and that's up to you. But when I'm shooting, if I can't get every shot I want on the one camera I brought, then like I'm not doing my job as a videographer, because you should be able to get almost everything you want with one camera, whether that be your phone or an action camera or the gimbal camera or a mirrorless camera like I'm shooting it on now. But if you bring in that camera, you shouldn't have to be like, oh, I got to put this away to grab the other camera. And like I shouldn't be like, I got the chest mount on this, but I need to get this out so that I can add a microphone to it and actually sound good. So the Action 3 sounds good to me because it's built in one body that's a general action camera body, so it's protective. I was about to snag a cage for this guy when the Action 3 came out. Now I'm debating on, do I even buy the cage for it, or do I just upgrade and not worry about it? Because this thing is not as durable as a normal action camera. They did not think about durability when they built the Osmo Action 2, and I'm sure you can drop it from like a height where I'm at right now, in a bar stool height, but if you're doing an action sport and it drops and you don't have a cage on it or something protecting it, you're probably losing this camera. You're at least scratching the lens. And this lens is not replaceable, where the Action 3's lens, you can unscrew it and get a replacement for it. I'm also sure they're going to have ND filters that screw onto it, which is secure and awesome. And if you're a videographer like me and not just an action videographer, you want the NDs so you can set all your settings on the professional settings. And the NDs on these aren't that great. So they're like, I've looked into them. Again, I haven't bought a ton of accessories for this because I was debating on if I wanted to keep it or not. The other major thing with me being a videographer who loves videography as well as editing and trying to make as much cinematic stuff as possible is the Action 3 is getting a 10-bit color upgrade. The 10-bit color upgrade sells it. Like, I actually don't even have a mirrorless right now that has a 10-bit color, and I've only got to edit a little bit of 10-bit color, but the difference is phenomenal. Like, it's so much more color that you have to work with. You get less banding in your skies. I don't know if you've witnessed it, but when you look at a sky, the hues of blue on an 8-bit camera, which is most mid-level cameras, have this banding because it cannot calculate the difference in the shades of blue enough to make it fade nicely. When you get a 10-bit camera, those blues just kind of fade together how your eye sees it. I can't just buy the Action 3 and justify having just bought this and then buy an Action 3 and do the comparative and all that. So this guy's probably going on the market, and I'm going to be ordering the Action 3. And for those of you out there that are like, why are you even talking about DJI, go for GoPro, Hero 11, this and that? Like, have you seen the price point difference? The Hero 11 shoots 10-bit and does all the stuff that the Action 3 does. Also, it shoots 6K, I believe. But, you know, I'm not a GoPro fanboy, and I've been a DJI fanboy since the Osmo Pocket 2 came out a couple years ago, and I bought this thing, and it changed my life because I can use this thing for so much, but not action stuff, like not true action stuff. So, going with the DJI Action 3, getting rid of this guy. So, if you're interested in buying this one off me, good camera still, but it's not the camera I want. I'll sell it for a good price. You can message me over on Instagram. I'll have my Instagram link below. Otherwise, it's in my bio. You can check out my other video I did on this camera here, right above in the card. And guys, if this helped you make your buying decision on if you're going to get the Osmo Action 3 or stick with whatever one you have, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this on budget videography and budget videography gear and stuff like that, and tips and tricks on how to shoot better videography. Until next time, check out my full playlist on the Osmo Pocket 2 because that camera is probably one of my favorite tools in my box right now. And go shoot something awesome. No matter what camera you're using, post it, share your stuff, be proud of it. Peace out, guys. I'll see you next week with that other ride video.